This is Margaret in Windsor, and I'll give just a little background so you know where I'm coming from. I was kidnapped in 41 from Buckingham Palace, brought to Moulton, Alabama, given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey Childers. I married a Childers. Both twins, Peggy and Carl, were murdered by their mother, Lina, and the family covered it up. As far as I know, how I got there was I was flown into Cortland Air Base, which was being built or built at that time in Cortland near Moulton. And my hostage and money, etc., helped build NASA in Huntsville, which was nearby Moulton, about 40 miles away. That's Marshall Space Flight Center. And Kennedy, Joe Kennedy, was ambassador to Great Britain during that time, appointed by Roosevelt, and the New World Order, really. And Kennedy's probably, I don't know, both JFK and Joe were in and out of the embassy in London, and actually reported that they helped their father as being ambassador. In essence, they took over, tried to take over Great Britain, which they ended up doing. My father, I found out in '83 about my kidnapping, is King Edward VIII, and all of it a lie. My father never married Wallace Simpson, an impostor did. My father was actually married to Claudia O'Keeffe, sister to American artist Georgia O'Keeffe. I was born in '39. My own uncle George, the illegal George, helped in my kidnapping, letting Joe Kennedy gave access to the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, and actually met, and I usually show pictures of this, my own Uncle George, who helped kidnap and take down Great Britain. In other words, the United States installed their own monarch, and he signed illegal treaties that helped place military bases all over Britain. Well, all over anything British, and use it as a launching pad to control the world, and that's where it's at now. And my Uncle George actually met, and I have a picture. I've got a lot of videos, and I put this on it, and I'm on Facebook. But Uncle George, can you believe it, met with Roosevelt in '39, the year I was born. And it doesn't take a long leap with a 99-year seal and all the lies to know that they were planning my kidnapping. Now then, I've written about mind control. I work for doctors, and I wrote about mind control and murders done in patterns, and they were deliberately done. So you think at some point this would all be told, the agency doing it and all. So far it hasn't. I'm 75 years old, and what's continued is Elizabeth has used my money and helped take down Great Britain while she flies the Union Jack like she's it's so preposterous. You can't believe all of it. It's so sick and mean. And she's sitting being guarded, not because the British people were my friends, that as long as they could, they've hung in there. She's being guarded, and she's illegal, while I'm over here in the United States, and I have been whipped, beat in every way possible for 73 years. It brought me at age 2. Now then, I have focused on the mind control murders. Larry Flynn, I keep saying that because he was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and his attorney killed. And on March the 6th of '78, I was doing the book MD, A License to Kill, about Larry McDonald, a congressman, doctor whose plane went down August the 31st of '83, and I became a candidate to replace him and was flown out to Flint because the person who shot Flint was programmed. Now then, I'm leaving out all the in-betweens and all that. I've tried to put it on other tapes, and I end up putting it on a tape. The tape goes out, and I have to start all over to get again to give reference or backup information. Now, what I'm going to jump to here, and I've made a couple of tapes on here, and the name of the tapes, the title is Post, as in Washington Post, and I've got Graham in parentheses, as in Catherine and Philip Graham, who owned the Washington Post, and I've got an arrow pointing to New World Order, because that's exactly who they were. The movie, All the President's Men, with Robert Redford, who I adore, and just because he starred in it, I think he had all the good intents, and I think he's a wonderful man, but he was just an actor in the movie. The Gonzales, that at the break-in and all that caused the Watergate scandal and all that, the Gonzales also goes back to Atlanta, and the doctor, so-called doctor who was supposed to be under investigation back when they were killing me and I was writing the book, he's still in practice in Atlanta. So everybody should go back there. It was his brother, it was my understanding, that was from Miami, that was part of that. Anyway, that's the patterns that went. So now then, I'm going to skip to 82, prior to me finding out my name and my kidnapping. I still thought I was Peggy Ann Dempsey and a twin, and grew up in a hellhole, a pigsty is all you can say. And I'd done the book, and I had antifreeze put in me April the 1st of 80 after writing the book. And I was living at Laurelwood Apartments. Let me say this. I got a letter from the FBI June the 23rd of 79. Now then, June the 23rd is my father's birthday, that he was born on. So I got the letter. I also got a letter from, it was sent through U.S. Attorney William Harper in Atlanta. Well, I won't go into what I started to say there, but then I was still full of antifreeze April the 1st of 80. But where I lived at Laurelwood was really the manager told me. She said, well, my, I believe she said uncle, I know it was somebody real close, either a brother or uncle, I believe, was head of the Patty Hearst investigation. Well, Patty Hearst's parents were a part of this New World Order deal, the Freemasons, Illuminati, Trilateral, whatever you want to call them. They're all the same people. And that took down my father, helped take down my dad. Thus, the Patty Hearst, and you had mind control going on back then. But anyway, at the apartments, Laurelwood in Marietta, I moved from Moonraker of the street to Laurelwood. And that was May the 8th that I signed the lease, at Laurelwood. And I had the apartment taken illegally from me and was filled full of antifreeze. So a fiasco. I should have died. I was transported illegally across the state line and worked for the district attorney, Fred Simpson, Madison County, DA, Huntsville, Alabama. You get into clues to my identity. Simpson was supposed to marry my father and abdicated, which was a total lie, Wallace Simpson, and they're putting names together, and I lived at Warren House Apartments, which the Warren Commission covered up the Kennedy assassination, or Kennedy. What do you think they've done to me? But here's what I want to jump to. I was writing about mind control, and I had my jobs shut down after then. I was literally put on the street. I'd lived at Haystack Apartment there and worked at computer science, which was doing Navy manuals. So this is the kind of suddenly trying to do that with my brain had been baked with antifreeze. Then I'm put on the street, and I have my book and the letters from the FBI and where they put antifreeze in me. I did get that. And I went up to D.C., and I took all this because I had gone up there really because of, and this is going out, and so you can't get it on one tape. So I'm going to put this as just Catherine Graham and Philip and mind control. One is how I'm going to put it.